Aw, does Captain America need a hug? Snowpiercer is the story of a near future where a failed global warming experiment has frozen the Earth. The only survivors now exist on a constantly moving train called the Snowpiercer that travels the globe. Cap himself, Chris Evans, stars as a passenger from the downtrodden tail section who are ready to revolt against their oppression. The movie also stars Octavia Spencer, Tilda Swinton, John Hurt, and Ed Harris, and is helmed by South Korean director Joon-ho Bong, the same man who brought us the incredible movie The Host 7 years ago. A movie that showed that sci-fi fantasy could still be wrought with real emotion and characters. And he continues that sense for human drama in a sci-fi world in a big way here. Snowpiercer is a great ride. It's obvious that Bong has a keen sense of drama and story, and I love that he finds a way to make these stories so human inside a world that's like nothing we know. Now, I don't want to give too much away because so much of the journey of the film is the discovery of this universe, but suffice to say it is a clever, well thought out, and compelling trek. And so much of this is in the details, whereas many directors paint sci-fi with really broad strokes, leaving our minds to fill in the rest. Bong seems to revel in painting all the detail, fleshing out his sci-fi world with depth and completeness, which I think overall makes a more engaging experience. And I'd even say it's the best thing. Plus, the acting is great. Evans, Swinton, Spencer, and Hurt are wonderful, and Ed Harris once again proves he needs to be working more. The other thing that makes this movie work for me so well is the way the puzzle is discovered and solved. Now again, I'm trying to step lightly here, but this is a journey that feels very much like a puzzle-based video game, where each new level brings a new twist. It gives the movie a very distinct forward momentum and keeps our minds engaged at each turn. It's kind of like Candy Crush meets The Raid, with the satisfaction of level progression mixed with the overwhelming melee of graphic violence along the way, which, aside from being the strangest metaphor I've ever used, also brings up something I haven't touched on quite yet. This is a really violent movie. Now, I never felt the violence got in the way of the storytelling, but if you're squeamish about that sort of thing, don't board this train. So, any negatives? Well, not many. There does seem to be a bit of a case of the twists in this movie, with maybe a few too many gotcha moments. And the movie does tend to feel a bit over the top at times, too. In fact, let's call that heightened insanity the worst thing about it. When you really think about it, though, it just doesn't feel like these people in this space could really only be separated from us by about 20 years. But who am I to say what a global near extinction would do to us as a species, so I guess I can suspend disbelief and go with it without overthinking it too much. Overall, Snowpiercer is another tour de force for Joon-ho Bong. A great cast and a mentally engaging story are enough to offset any overreaching on the part of the plot. I say it stays mostly on track with an A-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. You can stay tuned for this review's best ever challenge here in a bit. But first, I want to throw some stuff up over here you can click on. If you'd like to subscribe, which I'd very much appreciate, you can do that by clicking the big gray subscribe button. Want to see more? Well, good news. There are 4 other movies out this week. I've got reviews over here for Tammy, Deliver Us from Evil, Earth to Echo, and America Imagine a World Without Her. You can also click the logo right up here to go to the all-new YourMovieFriend.com, where you can find a searchable database of reviews as well as the written text of these videos. And finally, this review's best ever challenge. This is where you name the best movie ever in a particular category and also try to identify my choice. What is the best movie set in an icy, snowy environment ever? To count, I'd say at least 75% of the movie has to be in ice or snow, so just scratch Hoth from your mind. I'm going with the one that was recently remade into a TV show. You can drop your own answer and a guess at mine in the comments, and the first person to guess mine does get a point. Thanks, and please subscribe.